Hi and welcome to the dinghy. It's Kipper here to show you a few bits and pieces from Star Wars The Old Republic. Before I start this, I just wanted to say thank you very much, you two lovely people who have subscribed to my channel. It made me feel all warm and gushy inside to receive that news, and if that's not going to make you unsubscribe, I don't know what is. Yeah, today we're going to be looking at the Sith Warrior. I thought I'd show you some of the mechanics and a few of the skills on the tree that I've decided to take, so that you can get a better sort of feel for the class as a whole. The Sith Warrior specialises at level 10, so you can go down two different roads. You can go down the Marauder road, which is a dual wielding class. It's more like a DPS class. Or you can take the Sith Juggernaut, which is more your sort of traditional tank. But within each of those, you have a couple of different options as to how you spec your character. So it's not really as clear cut as saying, oh well, he's a Juggernaut, he's a tank, or oh well, he's a Marauder, he's a DPS. There are different roles within each of those which you can kind of fulfill. My spec is the Sith Juggernaut. I've gone into what I would call a DPS role. I think I said that on one of my other videos. Just simply for the fact that it's probably easier to level up a DPS than level up a tank, because you get more damage output. I think it's pretty straightforward. Both of those sort of roles work off a mechanic of rage. So you build rage with certain abilities which are kind of like your basic abilities. For example, I think that's Assault. That builds rage, and my Enraged builds Raged, and being in this form builds Rage. And Rage is good because Rage means that you can smash stuff with cooler abilities, which is absolutely fantastic. Here I have Force Charge. That also builds Rage, which is fantastic for more smashing. And I have Vicious Slash. These are all sort of single target. These are all kind of single target moves. And then I have Smash here. And Smash, well, it's what it says on the tin. You smash things really hard. It's a AoE which is centered on you, and it stuns enemies and smashes them to bits, and that's pretty much that. You have Ravage. Ravage is a skill which it does a lot of damage. It's more of like, it's a channeled skill. It doesn't cost rage to use, and it doesn't build rage. But at the end of the channeled segment, you'll perform a stun, so it's probably one of the better ones to use on elites and things like that. And I'll just go over my main ones. Here we have Unleash, which is basically an escape. Sundering Assault, which basically pisses off enemies and makes them sort of come at you. It's a high threat ability. You have Force Scream, which is fantastic. That's one of the things. Kind of tongue-tied. Yeah, so you got Force Scream, which blasts the target with Enhanced Scream, dealing damage. And you have Retaliation, which is when you perform a block. Basically means that you have a limited duration of time to retaliate against an enemy. This one costs a lot of rage. I think it probably costs more rage than it's worth to use. Because most of the time I find myself sort of thinking, well, should I do Vicious Slash or should I do Retaliation? And Vicious Slash most of the time is probably the one you're going to do because it does more damage. You have Saber Ward, which is a melee defense, and it's quite good. It means that you can hold out longer against enemies. And we have Force Push, which is knockback, and Chilling Scream, which is a slow. It's an AoE slow based on you. And Disruption, well, it's a disruption, it's a stun. And yeah, I'll go over my buffs now. So we've got Unnatural Might, which is basically a bonus for damage and healing. And you can see here, we've got these forms. Each of these does different things. So we've got this one, which is for rage, and this one, which is for tanking, and this one, which is kind of like your basic one, which I can't really see a time I'd use that, really. I don't know. I mean, I'm always pretty much into building as much rage as I can and smashing things to bits, or being fairly defensive. Oh, and Call on the Force, which basically that resets Sabre Ward and gives you defensive bonuses. That's my trinket, where it gives me plus 14 endurance. That's changed. That used to be critical. Grr, you patch. And we've got guard, which is that's quite a helpful one if you're tanking. You can put that on, I don't know, a weaker player in your group or somebody important like a healer, and any damage that they sustain you can take. It's also quite a good one, I think, if you were going with the Immortal spec for sort of PV and playing some PvP with it at the same time, because you can still get points for using PvE skills in PvP, so you can be quite a valid PvP player in a PvE build, which is weird. So I guess I should show you some of these. Oh, and lastly, Forced Choke. That's probably my favourite. I really, really like choking people. So, right, we'll have a look at these guys. Right, he's an elite. Oh, they're all elites. Damn it. Let's find some which aren't elites. I'll get my arse handed to me if I... Where are we? Yeah, I'll get my arse completely handed to me on elite mobs, I tell you. Need to find lots of mobs. Yeah, I was going to say, I've been sort of playing around with this over the last few days. I've been trying to kind of level up a few different classes. But the main problem I've had has been that there has been a bit of an issue with the new patch they introduced, which meant that I couldn't log in any other character other than my low-level ones. So I haven't really been able to get on and record any footage or anything like that. And here we are. Haha! Right, so we've got a droid. Force Leap. And that's built some rage already. Normally it's best to then kind of just go for a smash. Vicious slash. And... damn it.
Excellent. I was just wondering what I could do to please you.
And with a healing companion, you can pretty much just continually grind.
Excellent. I was just wondering what I could do to please you.
There you go, that's my forced push. I'm trying to wait for my forced choke cooldown to come back, because that's so cool. It's one of the best animations. Come on, droid, heal faster.
I was just wondering what I could do to please you. Excellent. I was just wondering what I could do to please you. Excellent. I was just wondering what I could do.
And there's forced choke. It's very cool. It's just so cool.
Excellent. I was just wondering what I could do to please you.
I mean, these are slightly lower level mobs than I'm used to kind of grinding, but you know, it's just to give you a general idea.
I was just wondering what I could do to
As you can see, all these animations are absolutely stunning. I mean, I'm going to be honest, I haven't really seen anything like it in an MMO. And
Excellent. I was just wondering what I could do to please you.
yeah, it's very, very fluid, going from one skill to the next. Targeting works, my fingers don't. This definitely isn't a skill video, by the way, in case you're going to ask.
Excellent. I was just wondering what I could do to please you. Excellent. I was just wondering what I could do to please you.
Get some of that.
Excellent.
I've got to say, it's just the funnest thing in the world to be able to push people about. It's like feeling like a big bully. I guess that's what we are as a Sith warriors. We're pretty big bullies. More people.
I was just wondering what I could do to please you. Excellent. I was just wondering what I could do to please you.
Die! Die, soldier man!
Excellent. I was just wondering what I could do to please you.
Yeah, I haven't really done too much theory crafting or anything on rotations. I mean, it's a little difficult because there actually isn't an attack dummy or anything like that. I mean, I'm kind of just playing for fun, and I think that's one of the things that you kind of forget. I mean, or at least I kind of got out of in other games, is when I'm playing this game, I'm not necessarily playing for maximum damage when I'm grinding, which is really unusual. It's kind of weird. It's one of those things like, well, okay, I could just smash him with every hit. I'll tell you what, I'm going to die here to show you the death animation. There we go. I'm probably going to die anyway. Oh no, I've got a healer. Yeah, there we are. No, but it's one of those things, when you're playing, you actually want to see all this cool stuff happen, and you want to vary your attacks, which is really quite unusual, and it's really quite cool too. Yeah, so that's what happens when you revive. You become invisible for a certain amount of time. 8 seconds, it says here. Oh no, he's a strong mob. Is he going to spot me?
Excellent. I was just wondering what I could do to please you. Excellent.
Might have a medikit.
I was just wondering what I could do to please you.
That'll do.
Excellent. I was just wondering what I could do to please you. Excellent. I was just wondering what I could do to please you. Excellent. I was just wondering what I could do to please you.
Yeah, channel hatred is sort of a restoration skill. It increases your health, I suppose. But your rage will automatically dissipate over time. God, that is the coolest thing going. So sexy. Yeah, that's what this game is. This game is sexy.
I was just wondering what I could do to please you.
Okay, I think I'll end that there and say thank you very much for watching. I'll probably put up Smuggler 1 later on as well. thanks a lot. It's been emotional. Bye.